My son is sick, so that only means one thing. We're making chicharos. When he's sick and he's like really picky about what he eats and he's just not feeling well, I know 100% he's gonna eat chicharos. All right, so I'm using the whole bag. It's a 12-ounce bag. And I'm chopping up half of an onion and half of a green bell pepper. This is one of those meals that has a lot of nutrition. And I know that even if he's not eating a lot, like he doesn't have much of an appetite when he's sick, I know that a plate of this with some rice is gonna give him a lot of nutrition. Oh, and I didn't say the name. They're chicharos, but they're the green split peas. I'm gonna be making them today in my pressure cooker. You know, I always talk about the Ninja Foodie, I love it. So what we're making is our sofrito. And like I said before in one of my other videos, this is the base to a lot of Cuban cooking. So we're making our sofrito. If you have picky eaters and they don't want to see chunks of veggies in there, go ahead and put it in a food processor. It's the same thing. The flavor's still going to be there. All right, so I have my pot over here. I'm just going to turn it on to sear saute on high. I'm going to start it. And I'm going to add in some extra virgin olive oil on the bottom. And then I'm gonna throw in my sofrito once the pot gets hot, and we're gonna start sauteing that. And you're gonna cook this down until your onions are translucent and your green bell pepper softens up a little bit. And over here I have some ham that I had previously frozen. It's just the ham that already comes sliced. It's frozen right now. So I'm just gonna chop it up into little chunks and throw that in there too. Just like that, nothing crazy. Go ahead and add it in. Once the sofrito has cooked down a little bit, we're gonna go ahead and add in some garlic. I'm using just this minced garlic. If you have fresh garlic, I would add in about 4 to 5 cloves, just like mashed up, and add them in. At this point, I turn my pot off. I just stopped the sear saute mode, and now we're gonna season this. I'm gonna add 1 pack of this chicken bouillon. This is the equivalent, so 1 pack is the equivalent of 1 cube. So if you don't have the packs, just add in like a chicken bouillon cube. And this is salty, and this is salty, so, you know, salted to taste. I'm gonna add complete seasoning, sazon, and then cumin. Mix it up. I don't add like sazon Goya or anything with like any coloring because I do like it to be green. I like the split peas to have that green color once it's done. So I'm adding water until my beans are covered. I'm gonna tell you how many cups that is by looking at the side of my pot. So see, they're completely covered, and it is 6 cups of water, but with the beans in, so it's a little under 6 cups. See, they're completely covered. It depends. If you like your beans like on the runnier side, then add more water. If you like them a little bit thicker in consistency, then add less water. I will say, once you put these in the fridge and they cool down, if you're gonna like reheat them the next day, it's better to add a little more water from the get-go because they do dry up. You're just gonna put your pressure lid on, close your little vent, and then I'm gonna set mine to high pressure for 7 minutes. Now, after the 7 minutes, you're gonna leave it 10 minutes without releasing the pressure. So 17 minutes total cooking time. After the 17 minutes, you release the pressure and your chicharos are done. All right, so it's been 10 minutes since my pot stopped cooking. So 17 minutes total. Like I said, I'm gonna release the pressure carefully. And once all the pressure is released, I'm gonna open it. All right, let's see how they turns out. There you have them. They're perfectly cooked. This is how I like them. You see how they're a little bit on the runnier side, but the moment they cool down a little over rice or in the fridge, they're gonna thicken up even more. So I'm gonna go ahead and keep them in the pot on my keep warm setting until I'm ready to serve for dinner because it's only 11:30 in the morning. So see, it's on my keep warm setting. That's why I love this pot so much. Just gonna go ahead, put my top on it, my lid. You have to release a little bit of the steam, close it, and I'm just gonna leave it there until I'm ready to have dinner. All right, these these are my chicharos. Super hot. I just took them out of the pot and I served them over some white rice. And then I just have some sliced cucumber. So let's go ahead and taste them. The consistency came out perfect. So that ratio with beans to water was perfect. Let's see. He's definitely gonna feel better after eating this. I can guarantee you. If you put it away in the fridge, like any leftovers, the next day add a little bit of water to it and stir it up before you heat it up because it will dry out a little bit in the fridge. But yeah, enjoy.